Supposed to be a quiet weekend where nothing bad happened outside of the usual BS in politics we pay no attention to because it's all a bunch of theatrics anyways. And then, of course, there was the horrors of what took place in Syria. 2 of our soldiers and interpreter being killed by an ISIS member. Then you had Brown University, the shooting there, followed by the horrors of Bondi Beach in Australia. And then from there, Rob Reiner last night being killed, allegedly by his son. The horrors of that. Slit his throat is what they're saying, both of them. We're trying to figure out how that was. It were they sleeping? Was they in other rooms? I don't know. But it's awful. And he had a lot of troubles. Drugs do not care. They don't. Rich, poor, black, white, green, orange, straight, gay, tall, short, fat, doesn't matter. It will affect your family. It will. And he had a lot of problems. A lot of problems. Hey, Ken, what time tonight is that? Yes, Bell.
Shouldn't say fat, though. It's going to get us in trouble.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you know what? We're okay. We can take that. Hey, Ken, what time tonight is the lighting of the menorah?
That is 5:30 tonight.
Do they say if there's extra security?
Just the Jewish leaders here in town say they have beefed up security and that they are coordinating with law enforcement.
Which is the question that people are having in Australia is where the hell were the security? There have been issues for more than a while of what has been happening with the anti-Semitism. And let's not, first of all, here's the problem. When everything's anti-Semitic, it becomes, it's like when everything's racist, it means nothing anymore.
Right. It's just, no pun intended, white noise.
It's exactly it.
When everything's at an 11, nothing is at an 11.
Yeah, exactly. And so what has happened has been a situation where if you criticize the government of Israel, well, then you hate Jews, which is stupid. I mean, no more than if I criticize the government of Venezuela, does that mean I hate all Latin people? No. But they've had a different kind of issue that has been growing there for quite a while. And I think people are starting to realize how ugly this has become because there has been more than a few issues with bombings of temples. There has been several other issues that have seen this thing look like it was going to start to go sideways in a different way, where maybe there was even potential for race riots they were talking. And today was another issue where people took to the streets throughout Australia. And remember, it's summer there. So if you want to know why they're wearing shorts and a T-shirt, is because it's summer and it's hot. And people are pissed and angry because they feel like you've invited all these people in here, and now look what has happened. You've invited tens of thousands of people. Well, for the most part, they've been fine. But this was one of those things where you had another situation where people have been warning about this, and then people have been also asking the question again, where was the security? Where was the security? Because there didn't seem to be any security. Here's one of their big morning shows, right? Think of Dan, but talented. Yeah. And I think that's another fair question. If you're that worried, why wasn't there extra? And look, Bibi actually a few months ago said, hey, you need to get some of this stuff under control over there. And their prime minister, he took to the airwaves today and talked about right-wing extremists, talked about all extremism. And this, I don't know what they're trying to do. Is it a sense that, if we can tamp this down and make it seem like the right-wing extremists, we're not going to have a race war? Is that the fear that the Aussies have as well as the Brits? That if we say that these are issues that are happening here because of this, this, and this, that there's going to be a race war? And like I said today, they took to the streets in Australia, pissed, angry about what's happening in the Middle East, angry over the fact that they have taken a lot of people. And for the most part, let's remember, while this was perpetrated by 2 people who swore their allegiance of Islamic faith, that was one of the heroes, maybe the hero of this, was actually a guy that was from Syria, Ahmed El Ahmed, who attacked the gunman. And this was not Superman, by the way. This guy didn't have ninja moves. There was no training. He runs a fruit stand and told his nephew, I'm going for it. I'm probably going to die. And he went for it and hit the guy from behind, came through the cars. And again, not a ninja. He was not, this was not some guy that stealth. This was not any kind of special forces. This was a guy who thought, this is my country. I'm not going to allow this to happen.
James, they are dealing with the night and the terror and the fear that they've been dealing with since October 7 of 2023. And there'll be plenty of anger on the open line. There'll be plenty of text messages summing up how people are feeling. And James and I are sitting here seething, knowing that this has happened. We've been warning about it. And sadly, tonight is the night where terror has rained down on the streets of Bondi.
And that right there is one of their bigger hosts, Mark Levi, who took to the airwaves right after this happened, pissed and angry, saying people have been waiting for this. They have been waiting for this. They've been waiting for something like this to happen. There has been more than a few signs about this. And they've had anti-immigration rallies. They've had a lot of different things. But now this seems to have put people over the top. And so I think they're trying to quell it because I think the fear is it's going to become something much bigger. And you're going to see vigilante justice. The guy who did save the day, this is their premier. That's what they call him. Think of him as the governor of the territory.
I think it's the most unbelievable scene I've ever seen. A man walking up to a gunman who had fired on the community and single-handedly disarming him, putting his own life at risk to save the lives of countless other people. That man is a genuine hero, and I've got no doubt that there are many, many people alive tonight as a result of his bravery.
He said he would do it again, which was awesome. And he has been not only hailed a hero, they are raising money for him. As of now, his GoFundMe's over $1 million, which includes $100,000 from several prominent Jewish people, including billionaire hedge fund manager Bill Ackman. And what that guy did was amazing. Said he would do it again. His friends say he's a humble dude, right? He doesn't like the coverage. He did what he was compelled to do as a human being on that day. Also, you heard Bibi Netanyahu and several other people talked about how amazing it was that he did what he did. Saved a lot of lives. But there are questions, and there's questions all over. And the other question is, how did somebody who came to Australia, who seemed to be fitting in, who lived their normal lives, become radicalized? When did that start to happen? I don't know. Was it after October 7th and what was going on in Palestine? Was it that? Was it other things? I have no idea. It was a father and a son. Father's dead, son's still alive. This guy disarmed him, took his gun away. So we'll thank God for that, because now we can hopefully find out how they got to this point. I don't know how they got to this point. Many people, that's the bazillion-dollar question in situations like this. You're in Australia, right? You escaped the hell from wherever, whence you came, and you have an opportunity to live your life, and you decided to, if you're pissed and angry about the way things are going, you have the opportunity to raise your voice. This was not that. This was not that at all.
It took 6 to 10 minutes for law enforcement to neutralize that threat.
That's the other side of it. 6 to 10. And I go back to, there's going to be tonight, there is going to be people there tonight that you're not going to notice that will be, as they say, healed, that are there for protection, as well as the normal. And then you've got New York, the same group that is putting on what's going on in, I think it's Times Square for Hanukkah. Those same people are the people that put this together in Bondi Beach. And, Mayor Adams, at least for now, and them have made sure that there's triple But there's that fear. And then, of course, they arrested the turtle people today. Whatever the hell their names are. Turtle folk.
Donatello, Leonardo. Can't remember the other two.
Picasso. Is he one of them? No, Donatello, Leonardo. Raphael. Shemp.
Shredder.
No, Shredder was the bad guy, right?
Oh, yeah. Who was the rat that was the master?
Ben. Which the two of us need and love no more. Just want to let you know. Who was that guy? Now people are going to start texting us stuff. Yeah, please do. So we got 3 of the 4. But these people that they arrested today, 4 in Los Angeles, 1 in New Orleans, were... Angelo, that's right. Michelangelo. They were going to supposedly bomb businesses New Year's Eve. Ken, the one in New Orleans, they're the same group?
It's the same group, but a separate planned attack from the stories I'm getting, but I'm not getting many details on that.
Yeah.
So do you know if it was planned for New Orleans?
I don't know. But it was a separate attack.
Because we had that guy last year who drove the car, right? Didn't he drive the car through and then he got out and started shooting?
Yes.
In New Orleans? Those cops, by the way, came fast. Unlike the folks in, Bondi Beach.
Yeah, those cops were on it as it was happening.
Yeah. In New Orleans, we had New Orleans, and then that's New Year's Day in Vegas. That dude blew himself up.
Yeah, in the Tesla.
In the Tesla. So it was it's chaos, man. It's an unsteady time right now, people. That's what we're saying. It's an unsteady time. A lot of anger out there. A lot of anger. A lot of people pissed. A lot of people, young men in particular. I don't know what's going on. We need to take a deep breath. Figure out what the hell is happening. But there's a lot of anger out there across the globe, not just here. No. And by the way, we talk about it, here because we had the guy at Brown. And we talk about, obviously, what happened in Australia and some of these other things. But go look throughout parts of Africa. There's been massive issues. Obviously, in Europe, like we've talked about, how many times does a Christmas market get attacked before you stop going to the damn Christmas market? Now they have to put Christmas markets in areas where they have to have those giant, huge concrete things so people can't drive through and kill you. What the hell is that about? Oh, uncomfortable.
Remember when they did that at the White House when they finally installed those barriers, and it was like, well, that's a shame that they have to do that. Now they got to do it at shopping areas.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. And in Brown, you had a couple people at Brown this weekend. They were at the Parkland shooting.
Yes. Yeah.
Jiminy Cricket.
Was Hogg one of them?
No, he was not. I don't think he went. He went to Harvard, didn't he? Or Yale?
Whatever, gave him free grades.
Yeah. One of those two. So
I think it was Harvard.
Just shame. Absolute shame. All right, coming up, a lot of stuff still to try to squeeze into. And we've got a ton of did you see Diego Pavia had to apologize?
I saw that, man. What happened?
After he didn't win, he tweeted out basically to the Heisman voters, F you.
Oh, no.
And he came out and apologized. So, and he said families forever or something like that. And he's like, I'm sorry. It's immature.
Families forever until I want to tell you to F off.
Yeah, I know.
Man, that just puts a...
Yeah, that did.
That just puts a bad mark on something he should have been very proud of.
He should, and you get a watch. But you know what? He wanted to be in the house. And that Mendoza guy gets to be in the Heisman house now with all those other Heisman folk. Ooh, talk about that. Bunch of other stuff straight ahead. Chad Benson, Joe, Super Talk 99.7. Oh, Pavia. Diego, what are you doing?
Yeah, that
wasn't a good look, man.
I mean, he came back and apologized and everything, but the damage is done.
Yeah, and somebody said, this is what takes you from a 3rd-round pick potentially to a 6th-round pick.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm sitting there going, okay, I get it. All right, I get it. You're pissed, you're angry. People are allowed to be angry.
Sure.
And he wears his heart on his sleeve. The guy is kind of like Baker Mayfield and Johnny Manziel.
Yes.
It's funny when you were I was looking at the numbers for the Heisman this weekend, though. Mendoza and all these guys, they're nothing compared to like bad years for a lot of these guys who win the Heisman, like 4,800 yards with 50 touchdowns. This guy had 39 touchdowns. I mean, they won Indiana, by the way, which is perennially the worst team in college football. He took them to a Big Ten title, and now they're favorites to win, although I'd still think Ohio State's going to win it if it gets down to it. But, yeah, I could see why Diego would be upset.
Sure, but
you got to handle it better.
You got to handle it better, man.
You do. Speaking of football, so we have Patrick Mahomes out.
Oh, man, did you see that?
Torn ACL.
Oh, man, that looked bad.
Looks like Micah Parsons, torn ACL. And who survived? Phillip Rivers, 142 years old.
Dad bod and everything.
Yeah. Can't throw the ball more than 28 yards.
He almost won.
They almost won. They almost won.
That would have been great, man.
You think about it, everybody's all over him. Think about this. If you're the third string quarterback, they're like, we could go with you, or we got a guy we're going to dust off who's coaching high school. He's a grandfather. We're thinking about rolling him out there.
He's 44 years old.
44. So check this out. This was interesting. So everything restarts now because he was going to be eligible this year for the Hall of Fame, and he's going straight to the Hall. His first ballot. Now it all starts all over again. You know what else starts all over again? His entire family's insurance, you get 5 years fully covered in the NFL after you retire. And he gets 5 years again starting now.
All right.
And he's got 77 kids. I think he's got a 2-year-old and a grandchild. And he don't curse.
No.
He don't curse none, I'll tell you that right now.
He's like Trevor Lawrence down there in Jacksonville, man.
Also
the
one of
times
those
I've
guys.
seen him have a bad play, you watch his face and he says, "Phooey."
He does say phooey. He does say phooey. Oh, man, he ran roughshod yesterday.
Boy, he did.
Yeah, he ran roughshod. So it was one of those weekends. And then, of course, Army-Navy was awesome.
Oh, that was a great, hard-nosed, bloody-fisted fight, man.
That was
a good defensive battle.
A lot of people think that either of those coaches could end up in Michigan, but I think Michigan's coach is going to end up being the guy from ASU.
Did they give him the 5 years of insurance just to kind of compensate for the fact that injuries could show up years later that were caused by the playing?
Probably. I would assume so. I mean, he could afford it. What's he worth, $100 million? I don't know what he's getting for this. But he came out and said, look, it wasn't an amazing game, and he's got to work on his arm strength because there was about 10 times I thought they're going to take that ball back. But they didn't get to it until the last play.
And when you say that the Hall of Fame thing starts all over again, does he have to wait a certain number of years now because he's playing again?
5. So he retired 5 years ago, and now the clock kicks off all over again. So you got to wait another 5 years for this. Holy guacamole. But he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, and he's 44. What did Brady was? Brady's sitting there going, I don't know. I think I'd do better than that.
Tom Brady was 43, I think.
Was he? I thought he was 45 when he retired.
I got to look at that.
So Diego Pavia wants to be 45, still playing in college. Was he trying to get his 12th year of eligibility? Dude, you're 32.
Right. Tom Brady was 45.
There you go.
45.
45. Goodness me.
Dude just knew how to win, man.
He did. And you know what? He's probably the first one that's reached out to Mahomes going, I tore my ACL. You're going to be fine. And you guys, we were talking about this earlier. He says, do you think Bell asked me, do you think Kelsey's going to retire? I said, if they would have gone to the Super Bowl this year, win or lose, I think he would have retired. He's not going to go out like this.
No, he's quite the competitor.
Yeah.
And it was a bad season for the Chiefs.
Yeah, across the board. They had some injuries. They didn't have any real receivers. It just wasn't a great year. And he never looked strong. And his knee's been hurting for a while.
Well, he was constantly on the run, too.
Yeah, that doesn't help. Hike! Ah!
Man, when he planted that knee and it went the other way,
yeah.
I was like, ooh.
Ugly. Ugly indeed. All right, coming
Plus,
up.
he's getting worn out off the field, too.
He is getting worn out off the field. A lot of stuff going on, kids, in the world of sports. All right, coming up, there's some fun stuff to talk about. Some interesting stuff, including this hilarious podcast, MAGA Mom and Dad, Millennial Kids. It's interesting. It's an interesting podcast. That's straight ahead. Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, look at you, man. You got the vest on. Matt's in here. You got the puffy jacket.
Cold outside, Chad.
It is chilly outside.
It is chilly outside.
It's chilly outside.
But it's getting better.
Yeah.
If you don't like the cold. If you like the cold, it's getting worse because it's getting up to 60 like tomorrow or so.
Yeah, we're going to have some rain too.
Yeah.
That's okay, though.
You know.
It's okay.
I like the cold.
I don't mind the cold. I would like to see some snow.
Yeah, no, we'll see some snow.
Yeah.
That's nice, you know.
White Christmas would have been cool.
You never know, maybe.
You never know.
That does happen here sometimes.
It does.
On occasion, you know, why not?
Let's hope it never happens ever again.
Okay. That right there is naysayer Smurf McGee. I don't know about this, fellas.
I don't know about this, fellas. It looks like snow.
Weaver doesn't get grumpy about much, but talk to him about the cold weather.
He's not a fan, and I understand
He
that.
is not a fan.
What's happening, man? What are you
He
talking
feels
about
like
today?
he's had enough of it. Obviously, there's a lot of weighty news
I know.
going on today.
I thought, man, it's Christmas right there. Maybe the big news will be Thursday. They'll try to pass a bill for, something to kick to for health insurance, and that won't go anywhere. And then that would be it. And the rest of it's going to be baloney. But no, this weekend, just awful.
Who would have thought that if the people, colleges and universities and other places, you run around screaming "globalize the infantata," and then people say, "Okay, it's odd," but apparently we thwarted a wannabe terrorist attack.
Turtles, that's right.
The wannabe terrorist attack from an organization that wanted to do bad things to innocent people. So there's that going on. Then Australia's going on, and then Rhode Island's going on, and then Syria's going on. So yeah, a lot of death.
Of course, Rob Reiner, which was just
and you never. That's just. You never know. You never know what's going on.
What's going on
with them.
behind the
we
doors.
knew. I mean, they were fairly public. They made a movie about his son's struggles with drug addiction and other, addictives. Who knows what happened in there? But
there was.
That's just very sad too. I mean, and I don't care what his politics are.
No.
His politics, in my opinion, sucked, but that doesn't matter.
But as a human being, it's over. It's he did not die from Trump derangement syndrome.
No, he did not. He died from apparently stab wounds.
Yeah, sliced.
Just
horrific.
And allegedly at the hands of his son, who is addled on. I mean, who knows what's going on there? But yeah, that's just all the way around. That's horrible. I still love one of my favorite movies, When Harry Met Sally. All-time favorites.
His wife, Michelle Singer Reiner, the ending that you see the last 10 minutes or so is all because of her. She was a photographer on there. And they started becoming friendly, and she said, "No, I don't like the ending. You should try to do something like this."
Yeah, what didn't he make originally? The ending, they weren't going to get together.
And he said
because he thought it was too hokey.
Yeah, thought it was too hokey, and she was the demographic, and she said, "No, it's not too hokey. This is what people. You don't make it so it's, but you've got it. Can't be this.
If you need somebody to do your taxes, Sheldon's your man. But humping and pumping's not Sheldon's strong suit." One of my favorite lines in that movie. Sorry.
And I love the Princess Bride.
Great film. Great film.
Absolutely
inconceivable.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I don't think you know what that word is.
Oh, A Few Good Men is
which people forget.
The films he did. As a filmmaker, he was fabulous, and obviously Spinal Tap. Has anybody in the room seen the new one?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I mean, I want to. I want it to be good, and I'm afraid it's not going to be good.
I've heard the reviews are good. If you like the first one, you'll like this one. And it's got a bit more of the newer generation comedy, right? Because they add the social media into it, which of course these guys are just completely lost on.
Right.
I was told it's not quite as quotable as the first, but it's still really funny.
Well, and to think that maybe there was a mockumentary before Rob Reiner did Spinal Tap, but I don't remember it. I mean, that genre started in my mind
and
with
then
him.
It left to Christopher Guest, who did all those amazing.
All of the
Waiting for Guffman.
Waiting for Guffman's great. Best in Show. We watched Best in Show this weekend.
Is so amazing.
Fred Willard in Best in Show is a master class in ad-libbing. And I don't know how the dude next to him managed to keep his cool with Fred Willard.
And then you go and you have, because Parker Posey, all of them are amazing. And then you've got, what's his name? With the
Eugene
Levy with 2 left feet.
Yeah, that's right. No, that's the Fred Willard that when he has to go in for it because her trick knee went out on it. Is that my imagination or hey, that fella's got 2 left feet. Is it? Oh, well, and then he goes, yeah, I find it amazing I'm saying this, but I think you're right. And he goes, well, good for that little fella. Way to go, buddy.
And then waiting for Guffman, right? Like with Christopher Guest, there it was in New York, straight off a destroyer because he was in the Navy.
That's so cool. All of this. That was great. No, yeah, so you start that genre, and you know, once again, you don't know what families are going through or what people are going through, and drugs get involved, and then that's just horrible.
Mental illness, all that stuff.
So, yeah, like you, I'm like, we're going to have a light, fun week. No, we're not.
No, we're not.
Life
Tomorrow,
comes at you.
we start even more light, fun week. You guys have an awesome day. Matt Stradetti's going to get you all the way home, as always. Late.